Ladies and gentlemen, geeks and nerds, welcome back to another episode of Road to HermitCraft, and we're here in the storage room. And the first thing to say is I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, and if you don't, I hope you just had a very happy holidays and stuff like that. But things have been busy for me. But we'll get into that stuff a bit later. So today's episode, the key focus for this episode is to fill up this wall behind me with a multi-item storage system. So that will complete the functionality of this room, and then we've got some decorating to do and stuff like that. But we're focused on the functionality today. And I think what I want to do as well is, as we're doing that, is probably talk about a bit of like a review of what we did this year, and also some ideas and plans for the future for next year, because it's almost the new year, and I guess it's that time to reflect and also look forward. So what I need to do now is I need to get the items together that we need for this build, and then we can get cracking. Alright, I think I'm about done in collecting all the items we need. So this design is by Nembom, and as usual I'll stick a link in the description to his video, and there's also a world download for that as well if you're interested. And I think these are all the bits we're going to need pretty much. Might need a few more blocks, but that should be pretty much it, I think, unless I've made a mistake. But we've still got plenty of items in here to cover it if we have. And I've just placed this floor down here. This is where the bottom of this storage system is going to be. There's a bit of redstone that goes on there, and we're going to do two modules, one on this side and then one over on this side. And we have these lamps that tell us whether it's whether each module is sorted items, so that'll be useful. So I think I've got everything in the right place. I think I'm ready to start. So I think what I'll do is I'll just start building this thing up and bring you in now and again for sort of progress reports, and then we might have a time lapse at some point, I guess. And I've got a whole bunch of things to talk about in terms of, as I said already, in terms of the future, and a bit of a retrospective as well, I think. And also thank you so much to everyone that gave me such amazing feedback on last episode. Lots of suggestions there, and we can talk about that stuff too. I think it all comes in together with what we've got planned moving forward. So let me make a start on this, and see how long this thing takes. And here is the start of our storage system, a sea of repeaters and comparators and redstone. And I won't try and explain what all of this stuff does. Go and check out Nembom's video. Not because I don't understand it, but go check out Nembom. So anyway, let's get on with this thing. So I'm just going to build this thing up and chat about a few things as we go. Now obviously building and talking at the same time is not so easy for me, but now I think we need to just do 9 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. There we go, counting with logic. Can't go wrong with that. All right, so first of all, I thought it'd be interesting to start off with maybe a few stats about the year, about 2018. So we published 75 videos, including this one. So in a year, for me, someone who's obviously doing this as a hobby, not full time, I think that's a pretty good going. So I'm happy with that. So hopefully we can continue that next year. Maybe get a few more in, but we'll see about that. Obviously life sometimes has to take priority. So that's good. In terms of views, we got a total of approximately, I'm just looking at my notes, 643,000 views. Now that is a pretty big number. That's a lot of eyeballs. So thank you to everyone for watching and supporting the channel over the year. That's been truly amazing. And we gained in terms of subscribers 4,845 as I'm recording this. So we started the year on just over 2,000 subscribers, and we're so close to 7,000. I think as I'm recording this, I need something like another 80 subscribers to hit that 7,000 mark. So that is super cool. So again, thank you to everyone for the support. That is really much appreciated. So there's some basic numbers, and I thought the other thing would be interesting is to kind of see maybe where those subscribers maybe came from. So I'll stick a little chart on the screen. This is from my analytics from YouTube. So I don't know how interesting this would be, but I thought it might be interesting for some of the stats nerds might like this one. So you can see there's a whole bunch of like spikes through the year where we get like a big influx of new subscribers, and they tend to come from either when we've been featured on prominent people's channels, like Escal used our carrot farm, and Ijevan used the creeper farm, so we get some spikes from those guys. But also when we've put stuff on Reddit and it's done well, we get a big influx there as well. And obviously the last spike at the end there is where we did the world tour with Sci-Fi, which was absolutely amazing. I might talk about that again in a bit. And yeah, there's a mysterious spike towards the end of the year. The second big spike there is we just got a load of views on the creeper farm, just for no reason that I can see. Just a big spike in those views. So not sure what happened there. Maybe another channel used our farm. Not quite sure. But that's yeah, super cool. So I think that's interesting to see that stuff. And in terms of the most popular videos, let's get that list up on screen. So here's the top 10 videos for 2018, and no surprise really, the creeper farm is at the top. That gets lots and lots of traffic, lots of views, so that's really good. And yeah, so that's obviously where lots of people find us, through those tutorials. So I'm definitely going to do more of those in the new year with 1.14 coming out. We'll see if we can come up with some more interesting things for that. And I think what happens is people tend to find the channel through those tutorials and then stick around for the series. So I hope that's right. And yeah, that'd be a good way to find the channel. So we're definitely going to do some more of that next year. I've added a whole bunch of hoppers, and I'm very glad to be using this texture pack that has the arrow showing which way these hoppers are facing. So this is from Vanilla Tweaks originally, but we've updated it for 1.13 and added it to my logical textures, which you can get from my website. On the go to the downloads area and you can get it from there. And so this is it so far. So I've added a whole bunch of those hoppers down the bottom, and on the front this is where our chests are going to be. I'm not sure if I'm going to have single chests or double chests just yet. Probably going to go with singles, because then some of these we can also add shulker boxes to for filling up. But basically what's going to happen is this is the input chest. Items are going to go in here, go along these hoppers, go through these item elevators and come back through these hoppers. And in each of these chests at the front, we're going to fill them up with a whole bunch of blocks. Let's say we filled it all up with here, and let's say we put a ladder right there. Any items that come through the system, if they're a ladder, they'll go into this item, and if not, they'll skip past this chest and go past into the other chests. And so we can have multiple items in each chest and be automatically sorted. So that's the general idea. And we're going to have 6 high chests, and they're going to be 9 across in each module. So 9 here, there's a gap in the middle here, and now there's going to be another one of those over this way, 6 by 9. And here's another chest, so we can input stuff into here as well. So if we just want it to go from here this way, that means we can short circuit and not have to sort through items here if we know where they go. We might link this up to this. I think we probably need to, because I've got my shulker box unloader here. And the items go up that item elevator and into this water stream, the same as our items from farms do. But I'm not sure, because at the moment we've got a lot of items coming through here, and we've run out of shulker boxes again for things like carrots, potatoes, and also the cactus. So I might turn off some switches to turn these farms off. Might be a good idea. And then we'll link this water stream up into this chest down here. So items that get unloaded, and also things that from our farms and things like that can go into here if we want to. But yeah, we'll see about that. I have to have a think about that. But yeah, let me get cracking with a bit more of this stuff, and yeah, let's have a bit more of a talk about what happened this year so far. So I think some of the highlights might be, I think obviously some of the builds we did in the series. So the Death Star is obviously a big one. I was so happy to get that finished. That was a big grind. So that was really good. That took a lot of time to put together, in terms of not just gathering resources, but obviously all the design work went into it, and placing all the blocks. That was super tedious in the end, but super happy that was done. So very happy with that. The other build I think that kind of stands out for me personally was the Enterprise. That turned out miles better than I thought it would. I spent a lot of time in creative planning that out. And yeah, when that all came together in survival, that was really good. So I'm so happy with those 2 builds in particular. I'll be interested to know what you thought. What was your favourite builds of the series so far, of this year? I guess that would be interesting, because we had, obviously with the Death Star, we had a big push to try and get that finished before 1.13 came out, and that kind of spurred us on. I was kind of putting it off a little bit because it was so grindy, but yeah, very happy that was done. The other highlight for me was episode 50, where we did the world tour and brought in a bunch of people from the community to kind of show off the builds and hear what they thought and sort of get their reaction to stuff. That was really good fun. So thanks to those guys that joined me for that. That was really good. And yeah, hopefully we can do some more things, sort of more community focused things in the future. That's some of the feedback I've got as well. People seem to like that, so we'll definitely do some more of that in the future. So one thing we are doing is on our Patreon server, which is something else we launched this year at the beginning of the year, sort of February time. We've launched our Patreon server. So one thing we've got going, which is going to be probably done on stream, is we've got a competition to how to kill a logic. So that's very similar to what Tango did on the HermitCraft, where we had a competition for how creative people could be in terms of building a contraption to kill him. So we're going to do the same thing on our Patreon server, and I know a whole bunch of the guys over there are building various contraptions to so I can meet my demise. So we'll do that on stream. I think that's probably going to be like the 7th of, I think that's the 7th of January. We're going to do that on stream and see all those things working. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're able to catch that stream, then yeah, get yourself over there. Follow me on Twitch. That would be super cool. And the last highlight, the thing that happened most recently, was obviously going over to Sci-Fi and touring their world. That was super amazing. So yeah, a big thank you to Methods in particular for getting all of that stuff sorted out and inviting me over there. That was really good. And so I've shown a video so far of us touring their ice farm, which is the kind of main thing they wanted to show off, which was a new thing. But they were very kind enough to show me around the rest of the server as well. So I've got a bunch of footage, got about another 2 hours worth of footage that we shot, that was showing a whole bunch of the other stuff they do, some crazy stuff. So hopefully I'm going to get a video together of that stuff and get that up on the channel very soon as well, so you can see the other kind of craziness that they do. So yeah, if you're interested in the technical side of things and you haven't seen them before, definitely go and check out everyone on Sci-Fi. They are credit to the community. So yeah, get yourself over there. There we go. There's the front of one of the modules. So going to be 6 high, so we can just about reach the top chests, which is good. Gives us maximum storage. And yeah, I've discovered that I'm no good at multitasking. Building and talking at the same time is super difficult. So I think what I'm going to do now is let's hop into a time lapse and watch the rest of things. Watch the rest of this get built up. And yeah, I'll talk about stuff as we go. That was one of the feedbacks I got from last episode, was you'd like me to talk over some of the time lapses. So yeah, let's get into this. So as I build up the storage system, let's talk about some ideas and some plans for next year, for 2019. Holy cow, that's come around quick. Yeah, so I think in terms of the series, obviously we're going to carry that on, and we're going to keep our schedule the same, I think, with some extra tutorials and stuff around, and some data pack stuff as we have been doing. That's worked out pretty well, I think. And in terms of the series, yeah, I've got a few ideas about some more epic stuff we can do. We need to continue with sort of the farms and stuff we have been doing. We need to get working on the aesthetics, especially inside the Death Star, get all that stuff done. But yeah, I've got some, I've been inspired with some more ideas for some craziness we're going to do. So that is definitely coming in the new year. So looking forward to that. The other thing I'd like to do, if I can, is I'd like to do maybe a series or at least a few videos with some other people. So obviously we did the tour, the ice farm tour with the Sci-Fi guys, and I think I'd like to do some other things. So maybe a series, or maybe some other touring or something, where I can get to collaborate with some other people. So I definitely want to do some of that next year. That's high on my list for sure. The other thing in terms of videos for the channel is I'd like to do a few videos involving the Patreons. So we have a really cool community. That's been also one of the highlights just for the year, but also just since I started, the community has been absolutely amazing. So we've got a really good Patreon server, really cool stuff. So I'd like to do some more videos with those guys on the channel. So I think in the new year we're going to do some base tours. I've been promising that for a little while, but haven't managed to get organised. But now I've said it in a video, it's got to happen. So yeah, keep badgering me about that, because that's definitely something I want to do. There's some really cool builds on there, and some really talented people on the Patreon server. So definitely going to do that. The other thing I'd like to do in terms of the channel is to do a bit of branding, and I guess by that I mean try and get a more coherent look with like avatars and backgrounds and end screens, all that kind of stuff, kind of tie those things together. So I might approach some artists, that kind of thing, and pay them and see if we can get a good sort of brand going with the channel. I think that'd be a really good thing as well. Just kind of bring everything together. Then we can use that across all the platforms, obviously on YouTube and on Twitch where we stream. So yeah, obviously streaming as well, as I mentioned that's another thing, got to keep going. So that's been going really well. Since we moved over to Twitch, I think that's definitely been beneficial. It seems like there's a bigger community there, and I think we got a lot more kind of attention through Twitch. So definitely going to carry on with that. And the storage system is almost built, just on the final few things now. Just got to put a few hoppers along the top, and then we are done. So let's hope this thing works. And there we have it, our functional multi-item sorting storage system. All right, so yeah, let's give this thing a test. I was kind of testing it as I went, so I'm pretty confident this is going to work. I did spot a couple of errors that I made along the way, but I think everything should be fixed up. So in all these chests, I filled them all with one item of netherrack, so that's all filled up. And in this one right here, we've got an arrow, and over in this one right here, we've got a powered rail. And everything else is just full of netherrack. So the idea here is that over on this is the input. So if we were to put a powered rail in, and if we were to put an arrow in, and let's put something else in, let's put a sea lantern in. So what should happen is these items will go all the way through all of these chests, and if they can fit in, they will go there, and if they won't, they'll go all the way to the end, and there's a chest at the end which is for anything that can't be sorted. And we have these lights at the front that tell us whether this module here is being sorted. So at the moment it is, and this one, the items haven't got to this one just yet, so that light will come on once the items make it that far. So we should end up with 2 arrows in that chest, 2 powered rails in that chest, and we should have a sea lantern in this chest once it's all done. So just going to leave this to run for a few minutes, and then we can check. And there we go. That's the lamp has gone out, so that means everything has been sorted. So let's check the non-sorted items first. So we should have a sea lantern in here. Oh yes, that's good news. That is good news. So over here we should have 2 arrows in here. Oh yep. And the last one, we should have 2 powered rails in here. Oh yes. So there we go. It's all working, all sorting. So one of the next jobs to do is to go through all of these chests and add all the items from our shulker boxes into here, and work out what we're going to put in here and what we're going to put in this side for kind of more bulk storage on this side. So that is a job. I might do that on stream. We'll see. I might make a start of it now, see how we get on. But one thing I want to do is I've been thinking about what to do over here, and I think in hindsight I've made a bit of a mistake. I think I should have made this shulker box unloader. I should have put that next to this system, so items could just come straight out of here and go straight into this system and sort of bypass this whole shulker box system that we have for our farms. But we are where we are, so I think sometimes these things can turn out to be a good thing. So let's be creative. What can we do? We could obviously tear this down and move it all, but I don't really want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm thinking that I'm going to leave this here, and as items come out of here and get dispensed, they go up this item elevator. And instead of going up into the water stream there, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them out this way into a water stream, and the water stream is going to be above us and go this way all the way along here, so we can see the items moving, and then they'll come down here, come down a tube here that we can see in this corner, so we can make a sort of a feature of this corner here, and then they'll end up in that hopper right there. So I think that will be cool. So probably not ideal, but we can turn this sort of little mistake into something that might look good. So then we might have to do something similar on this side to make it symmetrical, even though the water stream here wouldn't do anything. But then we can have two sort of columns on that side and that side that look cool and symmetrical. And once we've got those things in, then we can build up the rest of this, the kind of roof of this, the ceiling of this, make this look epic. Got some ideas for what I want to do there, but then once we've got that in, then this whole system is then functional. So that will be cool, I think. All right, so let me make a start on that, and yeah, see how this thing looks. And here is our new water stream. That's going to take the items over to our new multi-item storage system. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on how this corner has come out yet. So yeah, I might adjust that, but I think it's okay for the time being. And yeah, so this water stream here is linked up to this item elevator from our shulker box unloader. So items will go up there across, and into the beginning of our sorting system right here. And I've also mirrored it on this side. Now this side isn't functional, it's just there to make it look symmetrical. So if we look down the room like this, it looks the same. So hopefully that'll make it easier to bring the roof on. So now all of this stuff is at the same level, so we can have some kind of roof that goes up here like that. And then on this side, again, I've made these things link up onto the same level. So, and that mirrors what we've got on this side. So here I've managed to add an extra couple of layers of chests on top, so we've got some more storage. I've got a hole here, not sure what to do there, so some kind of decoration. I was thinking maybe what we could do is we've got a zombie trapped over in the Falcon, so maybe we can get him over here and maybe make a case, a display case for that zombie, get him in there and do something with that. Might be cool, might be interesting up there, not quite sure yet, still thinking about that. But yeah, let's give this thing a test. So in my inventory, I've got this shulker box right here with 3 arrows, 3 powered rails, and 3 jack-o'-lanterns. So the idea is if we put this in this chest, it should get dispensed. Items should come out, they go up here. Then they should end up in this water stream. There they go. See them going along there. And then they'll fall down here into a hopper that takes it into the sorting system, if I can talk. There's the light, so that is now processing. So we should end up with 5 arrows in here because we've got 2 from before, 5 powered rails in there, and we should have our jack-o'-lanterns in the end. So while that's going, we'll see. We'll come back to that in a second and just make sure that's worked. But yeah, I think this is now set up ready just to get the roof on this place. And then yeah, that'll be the first. Actually, that'll be the first proper roof we've got in here. First proper ceiling. We've got some in the corridor over here, so we'll probably take some clues from this ceiling right here. Take some clues from that. So yeah, we keep the consistency all the way through. But I want to make this kind of grand. And we've got quite a bit of space because if we look here, so where that floor is right there, that is the floor of the level above. So we've got from here to here, from that block there up to there. So we've got a few blocks to play with. So I'd like to make this kind of grand up here. So I've got a few ideas. Not sure how they'll turn out, but yeah, got some ideas. And yeah, this is coming together really nicely. So the next job then, as I said, is to sort out all these shulker boxes, and I've got you know, an absolute ton of shulker boxes in here to sort out. So we need to work out how I'm going to do this storage now, where items are going to go. We're all ready for all this stuff. So bulk over there, individual items over here. All our storage from the farms go over this side, and this side is from overworld stuff. So when we get our mob farm up and running, we'll get all the mob drops in here as well. That'll be pretty cool. And so yeah, this room is going to be really, really awesome. Really looking forward to that. All right, I'm going to come back in a second once this is finished sorting, just to make sure that's working. Oh, that light has gone out, so it's working on that side. So yeah, give me 2 minutes and we'll check if this has worked. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. So the good news is in here are the 3 jack-o'-lanterns as expected. So that's great stuff. Over here we have the 5 arrows as expected. So that's all good. But in here, the bad news is we've only got 3 rails. Where have the other 2 gone? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I was all ready to celebrate that this room is all fully functional, but there seems to be an issue. I've done a little bit of looking around and I'm not quite sure what the problem is. I put a few more items in and the correct ones came through here, and I put in some powered rails on their own, they came through here. So it might be that when we get a batch of like an assortment of items, there's some kind of issue here. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. So okay, that was almost an epic episode where we got our storage system finished, but yeah, not quite, but that's all right. That's all right. I can look at that in between episodes and see if I can work out what the issue is. I've probably maybe got like a timing wrong on a repeater or something silly like that probably. So yeah, that's about it. I'm out of time, unfortunately, but yeah, I hope you liked the episode, and if you did, then please hit that like button, and if you are new, then feel free to subscribe. And yeah, if you've got any comments or suggestions, then get it in that comment section. And of course, I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year and good luck for 2019. Oh, it's almost here. All right, my geeks, until next time, I will see you later.